You bet. Joining me now is Ibrahim Hooper, spokesperson for the Council on American-Islamic Relations. You heard our reporting from NBC's justice correspondent Pete Williams there, that the president at least has gone to the next step, the notice of appeal. This as we expect to see more action potentially tonight. What's your plan as the administration looks at fighting to keep its executive order in place?
Well, we have our own lawsuit in place challenging this ban on constitutional grounds. But the whole problem is that the Muslim ban is not based on reality. It's based on bigotry and pandering to the lowest common denominator in our society. As the judge, I believe, said, there's no evidence that this ban prevents any evildoer from coming in. And it's really terrible that the president, again, lies. And I use that word, lies. He lies when he says that this Muslim ban is preventing evil people from coming into America. There is just no evidence to support that. But he keeps repeating it and, unfortunately, turns bigotry into policy.
What are the actual specific steps you are going to take as the president moves forward in the Trump administration to basically reinstate the executive order, if that were to happen, although, as Pete Williams was just telling us, not very common that would actually happen. But if it does happen, what are the steps you'll take?
Well, as I said, we have a lawsuit still in place, so that is going through the legal system. But what we're telling people who have been stranded overseas, and we're not talking about murderers and evil people, we're talking about doctors, mothers, daughters. I got a call from somebody at George Mason University that couldn't come back for their new semester. These are ordinary people whose lives are completely disrupted by this Muslim ban. So we have attorneys on site at airports around the country. We're encouraging people to hop the next flight, any flight they can, to get here while this temporary restraining order is in place. Get in before the Justice Department lawyers can shut the door again.
We were speaking with an immigration attorney there at Logan International in Boston, Massachusetts. She was telling us about a story about how one Iranian had come to the United States last weekend and then bounced around to 3 other countries or so, and then finally today was reunited with her family. And what folks are walking in the streets for today is that story and stories like that.
Yeah,
in support of that. And so, Ibrahim, when you see all of these marchers out there, what energy do you take from that?
Well, it's amazing, the spontaneous support we're seeing. We called for a rally in Boston. Within 24 hours, we had 20,000 people there. That's unheard of, that kind of spontaneous support. And we're seeing that across the country, and I think it's developing into a movement.
You know, there's also those that are gathering while there are groups against the executive order. There was a group for the president and for the executive order. You heard from maybe Katie Beck, and she was reflecting on the rally at Los Angeles' airport, international airport there, LAX, right next to those, the opposite side of the argument. And they're saying, we went through, or at least one did, I went through the immigration process. I legally became a U.S. citizen, and that's why I support the executive order. What do you say to them?
Well, I say that everybody we're talking about here has gone through the legal process. Refugees are vetted more than anybody on the planet. The people coming in on student visas, on tourist visas, on business visas have all been vetted. They're not sneaking across the border. So it's again just pandering to ignorance and bigotry.
It's weeks long, if not months long, in process, as you're describing there when we talk about refugees. Ibrahim Hooper, thank you, and have a very good evening.
Thank you.